Hey, it's Dave. Last week I made a post about adjustments over excuses. And I'll tell you what, I think this is super important. And when I look at my one-on-one people and the ones that are the most successful, the most successful are the ones that get this and implement it the fastest. Okay, some people struggle with this, but I really think this is super important. Anyway, so adjustments over excuses. So often in talking to my people, they'll say, well, I screwed up on my nutrition or I missed a workout. And my answer is, well, why? Like, why? What happened? What caused that? And so often the answer is, well, Dave, life happens. I really think that if that is your go-to answer, I would just suggest that you have a good, hard conversation with yourself and ask, did life really happen? Or did I not plan well enough or something else? Okay. Let me give you a couple examples of how some of my one-on-one people made adjustments instead of excuses. Okay. One of my warriors came to me and said, hey, Dave, the sun's going down early. I'm having troubles getting in my walks. I get home from work and it's dark out this time of year and I can't get in my walks. Okay, great. So life happens. Well, wait a minute. How can we solve that? And here was her solution. And I thought this was fantastic. She said, but I could walk at work, because sometimes I have an appointment that cancels, and rather than sit around doing nothing, I could walk. I'm like, well, that's a great idea. What do you need to do to make that happen? And she said, well, I guess I just need to take a pair of sneakers to work with me. Well, there you go. I said, do you have an old pair of sneakers? Just leave them in your office. If you have an old pair of sneakers, leave them in your office, and then you never have to worry about the excuse of I don't have my sneakers and I can just go for a walk. I thought that was super cool. Great way to solve that. Another one of my people, twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have a very, very long drive as they take their daughter to a scheduled weekly event. So they can't work out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But what can we do? Well, I can walk those days. Okay, I can walk those days. In fact, I can kill two birds with one stone, and I can walk during the beginning of their dance class. The dance class is 2 hours. Yeah, you only need to get in a half-hour walk. That was kind of our program, our protocol. So great. They made an adjustment instead of that excuse. Another one of my people, because she is very, very busy with young children, was some days having difficulty meal prepping and getting her food ready for the next day. I get it. It happens. Kids wake up, they're cranky, they won't get dressed. I've been there. I got 3 boys. I know what that's like. Here was her proposed solution. She said, at my office, there is a kitchen there. What if I just take my food and leave an ample amount of protein and carbohydrates and vegetables right there in the refrigerator, and I can just make my food there every day? Boom, settled. I mean, great example of adjustments over our excuses. And she came up with a plan and it worked and saved her a couple minutes every morning. And I just thought that was fantastic. And again, we all have different life things that we need to work around. But again, you need to give yourself a good hard look in the eye and say, hey, is this really life happens? Because I understand life happens. I get it. Some days we have a flat tire. Okay. Some days, heaven forbid, we're taking our child to Hershey Medical Center. That's life happens. That's life happens. Not planning well enough is not life happens. Okay? Let me give you one more example of what I did. I spent about 33 years on the road in a sales capacity, and so often I would have intentions of working out, but I would get home and I'd be tired and I would never make it back out of the house to go to the gym. So here's my trunk now. Even though I'm not on the road like I used to be, I still have my workout, I have protein, I have a shaker bottle in case I'm ever kind of caught in a bind. I always travel with water with me, and I have gym clothes here. So what I used to do back in the day, this is what kept me able to work out. Maybe I was tired, but I didn't have the excuse. I didn't have the excuse of I need to go home and get my stuff. Okay, this was the adjustment that I made that allowed me to stay true to my workouts. Hey, even if I was tired, even if I was whooped, at least I could get in a short workout. Adjustments over excuses. I would love to hear from you about adjustments that you have made in your schedule to make sure that you could keep up with your training, with your nutrition protocols, etc., etc. Drop them below. Give me a call. Love to hear from you. Have a great day, guys. See ya.